What to do when you feel ugly? I'm sure you've asked yourself that question a lot. Not because you're ugly, but because there are just some days where we don't feel fully comfortable with every little single thing about ourselves. Now, what can we do? Well, in 1967, Vogue magazine decided to investigate further and came up with an article called What to Do When Looks Go Wrong, in which they asked a lot of women for advice, and we're going to bring it back today because surprisingly, the advice is still perfectly applicable today. So let's check what we got. One thing I want to say before we head into the tips is that most of the women that were featured in the article were referred to as Mrs. So-and-so, which was kind of sad, but I did investigate a little on each one of them, and even though none of them are exactly super famous or recognizable, they all have gorgeous pictures and they all made a career on their own. There's a lot of information on them online, so we're going to put the name and the picture on the side when we're talking about the advice they gave. Hope you enjoy and that you can learn some tips from them. On a grim day, wear a color that makes you feel happier. Color changes your mood immediately, so match that color with something that fits you like a glove and you'll instantly feel better. On a tired day, wear something glittery. Glitter always makes people look more intentional and shiny, of course, so it's the perfect thing to balance your energy. Exercise. As Brooke Astor says herself, nothing makes you feel better, nothing is finer for the circulation. When you're really beat, drive to the countryside or go on a walk, but whatever you do, go outside anyway. Energy gets trapped at home, so when you're not feeling good, get recharged outside. Absorb the daylight. Vitamin D is good for maintaining strong bones by aiding calcium absorption, strengthening the immune system to fight infections, and supporting muscle and brain function. It improves the mood, it reduces the risk of heart disease, hypertension, and stroke. And what is more beautiful than health? Absolutely nothing. Please wear sunscreen, but be sure to give yourself at least 15 minutes of sunlight every day. Give yourself complete, utter, soundless, flat on your back rest for half an hour. This is more vital today than it ever was. We don't get moments like this anymore, so try to give yourself at least half an hour a day to reach that goal. Go swimming. Swimming is one of the best forms of exercise because it combines cardio, muscle engagement, mobility, and it's low impact. Water can also be very calming and regulating for the nervous system, so when in doubt, go swimming. Run half a mile every day. When I read run in the article, I was like, oh, I'm not doing that. But honestly, half a mile is such a realistic amount. It's not become an athlete. It's just enough movement to wake yourself back up. And honestly, running in tiny doses makes me feel like I'm a child. So what's a better way to change your energy and to close up this section than to feel like you are 5 and you're playing around with your friends? That is peak changing your energy and feeling beautiful. So let's leave it at that. If one feels droopy, the best procedure is to get on with it. Don't just lie around in a state of panic. You being here watching this video makes the difference already. Let's find a solution to what you're feeling instead of rotting in bed. Do something out of pattern. For example, a cool soda in the middle of a summer afternoon. Think of something that will bring you joy and that you don't do often. Today's the day to make yourself happy. Try gymnastics of the soul. I speak to myself. I say, you must go. I kid myself by repeating, you are a beauty. This is super common advice and I know it's hard, but try to talk to yourself as if you were your best friend. You wouldn't tell her she looks ugly, right? Don't do that to yourself either. Enjoy yourself. If I'm bored, I look ugly. If I'm enjoying myself, I look radiant. So I say to myself, now enjoy it. Turn on your favorite music. Lisa suggests the Beatles and Louis Armstrong, but just find something that makes you feel happy and that just re-energizes you. And if you don't want to force happiness into the music, then just put on an eclectic stack of records and let yourself enjoy fully. Head to a museum. Looking at things recharges you. A museum can be anything. It can be watching the birds at the park, or it can be window shopping, or going antiquing, whatever that is for you. Just looking at different things will bring a different energy and will make you feel more beautiful, more interested in what's happening around you, and not focused utterly on yourself. Read biographies from 18th and 19th century people. The idea is to get detached from oneself. To take up with another era refreshes the spirit, obliterates preoccupation with oneself. If you spend too long a time in front of a mirror, you'll find all the energy going into the mirror. A face must be animated, alive. To be interesting, one must be interested. Pure wisdom right there. It's what you're thinking that makes you attractive. If you look in a mirror too much, you're only looking for an effect. It's what you're thinking that makes you attractive, not just your hair or your makeup. Many women with spectacular features don't come over as beautiful because they don't have an interesting interpretation of life. Again, so much wisdom, and it has to do with finding a hobby, finding something that you're really passionate about. Anything that you do with your heart will come off as attractive and as beautiful to everyone around you. So try to find that one thing that absolutely makes you happy in whatever situation you find yourself in. Exchanging ideas with people or just being with people, I find it as revitalizing as anything. As Yes says, don't surround yourself with yourself, move on back to squares. It applies to chess, it applies to life, and it applies to beauty, which is the perfect way to jump into the beauty rituals. Apply highlights on makeup. Wearing white eyeshadow at the corner of your eye or all over your lid will instantly make you look more awake. Use your weekends to refuel. I'm the first offender with this one. I never rest or refuel on the weekends, and it does catch up throughout the week. Not only in energy, but also in beauty, so I need to follow this advice for sure. Take a bath, especially a loungy bubble bath. It's not only restorative, but it's also a symbol that one part of the day is finished. Stand on your head for as long as you can when you wake up looking great. I cannot do that for the life of me, but I will try going heads down for a few minutes when I wake up and see how that goes. But definitely, like, standing on my head, it's something that I've never been able to do. Maybe I need someone to teach me how. But yeah, I will try just like resting maybe on my bed and just throwing my head down, probably. Pour warm water, then cold water to stir up circulation. That's good for your skin, and it's also good to bring back some color to your face. Wear lots of blush or powder when there's a low water mark on your energy reservoir. As you can see, getting blushed cheeks helps a lot. It's everywhere in this advice list. You know, even while it's wearing makeup and it's not exactly something that you do from within, it's definitely something that will always help how you look. Get a scalp treatment and massage. Most of your hair problems originate in the roots, meaning your scalp, so invest on your scalp every now and then. Curl your hair or straighten it. Changing your hair's shape can change your mood, can change how you are perceived by people. So when things are looking wrong, try this simple tip. Take a steam bath. It improves circulation, relaxation, and changes your physical state when you feel dull or low. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's my upstairs neighbor, and whatever they're doing also helps with beauty. So let's just add that in here as well. Mrs. Renee Boucher, whose name I couldn't find, shares the best beauty advice there is, which is drinking water. You already know why it's healthy, so pause this video, go get some water, and let's do it together. Ready? Cheers! Get streaks on your hair. That's sort of like a balayage nowadays, and it's really good because it creates dimension, which makes your hair look a lot more beautiful. It definitely takes a visit to the salon, which means money, but don't underestimate those solutions just because of the economic factor, because that one investment might be the one thing that makes you feel amazing every single morning. Just in general, when you feel off or ugly, go to the hairdresser, get a new haircut, get a hydrating treatment, just change your hair color. Any of those things can really change your life for the better. Last advice of the day, and it's a great one. Lie on a hard floor with legs raised flat up against the wall for about 10 minutes. It recirculates the blood, directs it towards the head. It's energizing and beautifying. Try to do it as something absolutely recharging for you. No phone, no stimulation, just 10 minutes for you to decompress. What I love about this advice is that nothing in here is impossible or expensive or specific to a product. Most things are free, easy to incorporate to your routine, and I can absolutely assure you they all work. Sometimes this is as much as we can do, and it is enough. I'm confident you'll feel prettier tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching and for being here, and see you on the next one. Bye!
But they sure got some cuties incorrect.